Hi everybody, I'm just trying to find the video. There it is. So we're looking at the brand new dies from Tutti Designs. Why have we got an angry face, Jennifer? Was that an accident? I hope so. Maybe Jennifer's left. I don't know. Oh dear, it's so funny. Hi Josephine, hi Debbie. So I've just read some wrong, but it's normally the case, but it just looks so funny. We've got one kind of reaction, and it's an angry face. Oh dear, it's hilarious. Right, so yeah, so I don't have many of these on my website because it's one of those things, until you cut them you don't realise how nice they are. So I actually got my stock at the same time as I got my samples. So I actually ordered in 10 designs, one of which I've sold out of already. There are 20 new designs. I've got 9 left, obviously, because I've sold one. I don't think you can move the angry face. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, as long as I know she didn't mean it. Yeah, so I've just put the link there in the comments to the section on my website that has the Tutti Designs dies in it. Rather than show you the dies, what I'll do is I'll show you the ones that as they are when they're cut, because they're so much better when they're cut. So starting with, I've got to remember the names now, haven't I? That's the problem. I might not remember the names. So we've got Cat and Butterfly. So the first bunch I'm showing you are available on my website. So we've got the Cat and Butterfly, obviously silhouette cat, can be with the butterfly, or you could be reaching up to some flowers or whatever you want to. So size wise, I'm not going to go through every single one, just so, because obviously on the screen you can't always tell how big they are, can you? So size wise, the Pussycat stands, and I'm in old money because I don't do centimetres, he stands just under 2.5 inches tall, and then from his paw to the tip of his tail is about 2 7/8, so just under 3 inches wide. So that's that one. Then you've got the heart frame, which is rather lovely, and Bonnie's done a sample with a picture in it, and I shan't tell you what the picture's like until we see it on the TV. So obviously great for framing pictures or for any of your projects. So that's the heart frame. Then we've got the happy birthday something or others. Can't remember the name. Oh, I'm rubbish at this, aren't I? Happy birthday windows, that's it. So each window has a happy birthday, and then you've got the outside, or the mat if you like. So if you cut this one and one of those together, then you obviously get the happy birthday cup, and then you get a thin frame. But if you cut the outside die separately, let's just find that set. Yeah, so it is separate, you see. So if you cut that one separately, then you get the block. So you've got a mat and layer for them. So it's got like a dual purpose. It's either a thin frame or it's a mat for you. So obviously if you glitter this, or if you put adhesive on this and peel the adhesive away, you pop that on there and then you put glitter in the gaps. Or what you can do, whenever you've got an outside shape like this, you can actually make yourself a shaped card. So you could make a little kind of gift tag or a little card if you wanted to. So there's lots of things that you can actually do with that. So that's the happy birthday windows. Then you've got the triptych. This is called a vase triptych, And again, this has got an outside edge on it. We've got several vases in here with flowers, and we've got stars and whatever. And I think that's rather lovely. So we're going to use this in our first demo. Then you've got this one here. This one is called Honeybee Hexagon. So again, you've got your piece here. So you could hang, well, you could have the that on edge on the fold, and you could have a tent card and mat and layer on there. So you've got your little hexagons in here, and you've got your bonus die of your bee. I think that one's rather lovely. So 3 dies in that set. Then this has to be one of my favourites because it's so cute. So this is your moon dragon. I'm not sure if we'll demo this in this hour, but I've definitely got a video planned that I can put onto YouTube with it. It's just so cute. This is going to work perfectly with your Fairy Hugs stamps as well. That's all right, Judy. I've only just started looking at the dies. And then we've got, this is your floral hoops. So again, this is one that's got a matte and layer to it, or a thin frame if you want it like that. We're going to use this in the second demo. So you've got your daffodils. I think those are lilies, and I'm saying that's a magnolia. It might not be, but or it could be cherry blossom or something like that. But so paper piecing opportunities with all those. Obviously, what you can do as well with these is you can actually cut into the card and drop these below if you wanted to. So there's lots and lots of things that you can do with them, and obviously that's just a great matte and layer, or for a verse or something like that in your card as well. Then you've got this one, and I'm sorry I've done this one like that. I should have done it sideways on, but obviously don't always think, do I? This is Heart Clovers, and Bonnie did do a beautiful sample of this, which I did share to my page when she's used the Fairy Hug Sunflower with it as well. So obviously you've got little clovers in here, you've got the heart that comes out of it, and then you've got a separate, that's all one die. Those 2 pieces will come out of one die. And then you've got a matte and layer for that as well, or of course a thin frame if you cut the 2 dies together. So those are the ones I've got in stock. There's 9 there, those are in stock. This one, unfortunately, I've sold out of. I mean, those 9 will be available on Create and Craft tomorrow, or they're available from me now. And don't forget that Tutti Designs is an American company, so there will be extended delivery from Create and Craft, whereas the 9 dies I've got in stock now. I won't be ordering any more. Once they've gone, they've gone. That's because I haven't been bringing Tutti Designs in because of import duties and things like that. But I just love this collection, so I thought I'd bring some in. So this is the bellflowers. So you can imagine that what would be quite nice would be to have the little pussycat reaching up to the bellflowers. That'd be quite a nice card to do. I mean, when I get these, I just cut them all out, and then I start playing with them and seeing what will fit together. So it's a really good thing to do with your dies. It takes ages, as you can imagine. 20 die sets takes ages, but it is a worthwhile thing to do. I'm not suggesting that you buy all 20, of course, but anyhow. So that's the bellflowers. Then you've got this happy birthday circle. This is where I can't remember the names because I don't have them on my website. But what I will do is go to the Tutti Designs website. So Tutti Designs is tuttidesigns.com. I only ship to the UK, but you can buy, let's get new arrivals up. You can buy all of the dies from Tutti Designs, and I will just pop the link for that within the comments. So if you're watching from outside the UK, then you can actually see where you can get them from, and you can see the pictures. If the pictures aren't on the Create and Craft, then you can see them all on Tutti as well. So this one is called Happy Birthday Medley. This one's called. So these are really useful, aren't they? Because these just say all they need to say. You've actually got little tiny, you can see here, you've actually got little tiny cutouts here. So although I've glued them down, you could actually bring some of them up. And again, you've got a mat for it here. It might be worth you just marking on the back if you're doing batches of them, because it takes a while to figure out where to line this up. I have actually placed it where it does fit. Again, you could cut the two together and get yourself a thin frame around the edge. So that's that one. And then you've got this one. Oh, this one is already out of stock on Tutti. So if you want this one, I mean, Tutti might get it back in again, I don't know, but Crate and Craft. So this is obviously a very decorative bee here, and it's quite, this one's obviously a larger one than the one you get with the hexagon. So this one measures 3.25 inches wide by 2 3/8 inches that way. So that's your spring bee. Then you've got the little hedgehog, and Bonnie did share a sample made with this one and the bellflowers yesterday, I think. Do join, there's the on Facebook, there's the Tutti Designs fan club Facebook group, so do join that. So this, look at the little eyelashes on this, look. Isn't that so sweet? It's obviously a little girl. And it's got roses in her body. So again, you could paper piece those back in again. And again, you've got your mat and layer for that one. Now, this one is rather lovely. I do wish I'd have got stock of this one in. So I do apologise for that. This one is called your Spring Trunks. So to me, it looks a bit like birch trees, because you've got all the little kind of deboss, or it's actually little, almost little tiny cuts that you've got in the branches there, and the beautiful leaves. Absolutely fantastic. Now for me, I don't know if they've done it, it's another one that I really like. And where is it? Hang on, I've lost one. What have I done with it? There's a cutout I've lost. I might have to show you the die while instead of trying to find the cutout. I know I did it because I stuck it down yesterday. It's called Desert Van, and as you might guess, it's a camper van. I know my cutout somewhere. I'll find it at some point. So I think this one fits in really well with that. So obviously that could be, you could be camping under the trees. And we had a 1 or 2 camper vans before. So obviously this one has got cacti on the roof, which is really quite cool. So anyway, so those two. I really like those. I wish I'd have got those in stock. Let's put my die with that. Don't know what I've done with that. And then we've got a bunch of dies for Easter, which I didn't get in because it's just such a small time frame. But this one's really cool. You can easily make a shape card with this, because it will stand up with this bottom area here on your mat and layer, or you can make a tent card and have it fold in there as well. So obviously you've got the bunny here riding through the growth, as it were. Then we've got another bunny. So this one is called, let me find it. This one is called Bunny Medley. So little bunny looking through a kind of Easter egg, a lot of foliage, and you've got bluebells in there, obviously, a few daffodils. That looks like a tulip. So very spring-like flowers, and again you could do some paper piecing, and you've got that mat and layer going on there. You've also got this one here, which is a little bit more kind of a little bit more religious, because you've got the dove in there. So this one actually has actually got Happy Easter in it. So this is the Happy Easter dove egg. Then we've got a basket. So this one's just called Bunny Basket. So you've got your bunny and your Easter eggs sitting in your basket. Again, you could do a little bit of paper piecing in there. And then this one is absolutely beautiful. Bonnie again has done in the fan club, she did actually post a beautiful sample of this. And I'm just looking for this one. This one's called Hair Circle. So look at the detail in this. Absolutely stunning detail on it. And you've got obviously got the leaves in the background, and once again you've got this here that could be a matten layer or it could be a thin frame going around the edge. So that is all your 20 new dies from Tutti Designs. Absolutely wonderful. So let's make something. So I did change my mind, as you do, as to what I was going to do with this, because I'm still really getting to know my dies. There's 20 of them, so, you know, not a lot of time to get to know them all, really. So, what I've got is I've taken my triptych, my vase triptych, and I've used one of my oxide backgrounds here. And I have got one, actually, that I'm going to demo on the TV. I'll leave it in the bag, and you can see I'm getting a bit of a twofer here because this has been cut out of a background, and I'm going to use this one today. But this one I've put foam tape behind, and I'm going to drop my window down below it. So that's just something to bear in mind if you want to actually cut a decorative backer out. Think about doing a separate one, and you'll have a twofer. Hi, Lona. So the idea is that we're going to put our window onto our background there. Just a lovely white window, because that's what I wanted. And then what I thought I'd do is I've got mats and layers going on here, but I've changed my mind because I'm not going to use them. So what you can do is you can have your window on there, and you can pop a sentiment down there if you want to, and we will bring in other elements as well. But what I thought would be really cool once I started on this idea of a shaped card would be to actually do a little shaped card instead of matting and layering it. So that's what we're going to do. So what I've done is I've taken this finest die again. Where on earth is this triptych? When you've got 20 dies, it takes you ages to find the die that you want, unfortunately. Bear with. Triptych, where are you? I should give up if I can't find it. There you are. Right, so what you do, so I've taken an A5 piece of the pure white sentimentally yours card, and I've just scored it half fold A4. So it's an A5 card blank basically, and you can just about get 2 of these out of an A5 card blank. So if you then pop your outer die, this is your fold, onto your card, and have that little bump sitting on the outside, and just have the outside edge, can you see that outside edge of the die just on the outside of the fold? Then you whiz it through. That sounded a bit cutting. And then you end up with a card blank. But obviously I've got that bobble missing, and that would be annoying for me, because if I did cut this out of, say, my coloured background, then that wouldn't have that lovely shape on it. So what I tend to do is then use my shape background, and then that will go on here, and it goes straight over, and I've still got that lovely shape, but I've got a card that actually opens. Cool, huh? So let's get this stuck down. This sometimes takes a while. This is one of the frustrating things about, I suppose, demoing on the TV, is that it does take a while to put your glue on, and you don't realise how long it takes until you actually do it on camera. You can, you know, scribble onto your craft sheet, and I probably will do that tomorrow. I do like to pick up the main lines with my proper glue. I'm not too worried going off of it a little bit, because I shall mop up in a second. And these little stars, you could actually, if you cut it in gold or silver, you can actually put the stars in. Or what you can do is just draw through with one of your Sakura Stardust pens, which would be lovely as well. I might do that if I can find my pen. I've had my deliveries today, so I don't think we'll get a delivery, but the window cleaner's supposed to be coming. But he never tells me when, and sometimes he doesn't come. So who knows whether the window cleaner will turn up while we're doing this. Put that there and there. I think that's enough to hold it for now. So what I tend to do as well is just dob it off, technical term, onto a piece of kitchen roll. Get rid of those bits. Don't leave it too long because it'll stick. And then pick it up, and then that's my excess glue gone. And then we can pop this on here, like so. Make sure all my glue's gone, and give it a press. Hi June, hi Kathy. And then this is going to go. So we haven't got too much seepage now because I blotted it off. And this is going to go on the front of my card. I must remember not to put glue on the little bobbly bit on that side. And with this, I'm not going to put a sentiment on the outside. I would just write on the inside myself, or you can stamp on the inside. This is going to fit exactly over the top. Okay. Nice and neat, hopefully. There's a few hopefullys going on here. Okay. Give that a press. And then we've got our shaped card. And then for the front, very simply, we've got our little pussycat. And we're going to put a butterfly on there. And so we're going to have a butterfly perhaps sitting on one of these flowers here. So you can figure out where you want that and where you want the cat. Just remember that if the cat's tail's sitting on the outside like that, it might get bent. So you might want to have it so that it's in here. Obviously, if you want to make a bigger card, you can have the cat on the outside, and so the butterfly could be in there. So there's a lot that you can play with, but I wanted to make just a little shape card because I like little cards. So I think they're quite cute. In fact, let's pop him on just with a bit of foam tape. Let's do that. And I'm going to go for the little 1mm. So it's not too deep. This is very much like the Fairy Hugs Ed little pussycat. I mean, obviously my Ed isn't black, but this one is. Let's have a little bit on that foot actually. And we'll glue the other bits down so that we haven't got bits of his limbs that are going to get bent and misshapen when they're on the TV. So we've only got an hour on Create and Craft tomorrow. We're only on at 3 o'clock. Adam is the presenter with me. I'm not sure what's happening with the stocks. I think the stock's going to come off. Normally it comes off on the same day so that Tutti can pack. But I don't know. So let's just pop our head on there like so. I put a bit of glue on his tail and on his feet and his arm, because you don't have to have foam tape on everything, just so that it doesn't pop up. And then the butterfly we're going to glitter. So I've cut it out of, you can see the ECD adhesive on here. It's a little bit challenging because it's quite an intricate die. So you do want to go through a few times to make sure that it's properly cut, and then you have to spend time poking bits and pieces out. I think because we're dealing with like oranges in the background there, I'm going to go for a fine powder glitter, but I am going for like a copper. So this is Cosmos Sentimental Yours Superfine Holographic Glitter. So I thought that this one might go quite nicely with it. Let's just peel the back off, which could take, here we go, it's going, there it is. She says, let's grab it, come here. Oh, I haven't got it, hang on a sec. Let's get a pokey tool. It is. Just make sure that you don't flip it over. Right, sticking to your paper, and then rub the glitter into it. Pretty. Give it a flick. Oh, on the back there I've got some glitter. That's where I've had the low tack tape on the back, and there's a bit of residue adhesive on the back. That's pretty. Right, let's put this away before I knock it over. So if you missed the beginning of the live, or if you want to watch it back again when you've got your dies, then I will put it onto YouTube later as well. And I'll share the link in my page. I know our American friends might not be up yet, because the shows are at 3 o'clock tomorrow, or the show is at 3 o'clock tomorrow, which I think in Eastern Standard Time is 10 AM. So they're 5 hours behind us, so it's only 6:30 at the moment. So just giving it a little bit of shape, just with my fingers, and just put glue just along the 2 sides and see how we get on. So let's have the butterfly about there, I think. Give it time to grab. Oh, doesn't want to grab. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go, it's grabbed now. Okay, so there we are. There's our first card. Very simple, because the thing with Tutti is that the dies do all the work for you. Obviously you can do a load of snipping in here if you want to. Like I say, we could, as I've already put the butterfly on, I won't do, but we could actually colour in the stars as well. But it's a cute little card, isn't it? And if you're making for charity, as long as you actually make something, you could sell this for one of the animal charities if you wanted to. Or I think it would make a really pretty birthday card too. So that's your first one. I have another one for you. Let's put my lid on my glue. Oh, I was going to show you something with... Oh, there's another one I haven't shown you, is there? What is it with me? Do you know, I think I put some of my die cuts somewhere and I've lost them. Here they are. These, I didn't show you these. So that's the van cut. already. So that's the Desert Van. Now this one I do have in stock at the moment. So this one is really cool. So I'm going to go off at a tangent just for a minute because I want to just explain a few things to you. So this is a demo that I'm going to do, probably my first demo tomorrow. So obviously you can see that when this is cut, you've got it there, and of course you've got, this is the oh, what's this one called, the hexagon shape. I even lost the die of this one. Oh, it is. This is your beehive pattern. That's what this one is. So this one, you have all the little hexagons that come out with. Obviously, this is going to work with your other your spring bee, which is out of stock on Tutti, and also it's going to work with the hexagon shaped one as well. So, but this is really cool because you've got these loose hexagons here. But for a start off, you can see that that could be a stencil, so you can actually ink through that if you want to. But what's really cool is when you put them together. So I've got a couple here cut, and let's put it on to let's have this white piece of paper so you can see. So there's your hexagon. Like I say, you've got these little bits that go up and down. So what you could do is you could, let's see which one's going to go on here. You can actually link them together. I did it yesterday. Here we go. So you can put that one under there. Can you see I put that under there? And then you can put this one under there as well. And you've got them slotted together. Can you see? So you can actually weave them together if you want to. But if you just simply offset them, so if we have them like that, simply offset them, then you're going to get a kind of almost like a 3D shape that you look into. You can just offset them so that they're down that way. So again, you've got a different shape that you're looking into. You can turn it round so that you've got the smaller ones going on and you've got a different pattern going on there. There's just so much that you can do. We've gone that way, we can go that way. I don't know, there's just so many different patterns that you can do with this particular die. So for me, I think this is a hot tip because I think that this one can be used as a beehive, but also just as a mixed media style piece. So I mean, you could, I don't want to bend this one too much, but you can see you can get a bit of dimension going on if you're using it like that. But this is, I'm going to use this like in my demo tomorrow, but you can see that these are going to fit on quite nicely with those. So we could have that perhaps offset like that, and that on top, and then the bee coming in. So lots and lots of things you can do with that. So I really like that. And as a combo, all the kind of bee style ones work together really well. Oh, I need that in there. Do I? No, I don't. Right. I knew I'd done some more cutting. Oh, where's the one I'm going to do? Oh, yeah. See, it told you. Completely off it now. There we go. So we're going to use the heart clover frame now, which is again one of the ones I've got in stock. So, and I'm going to make a proper card again. So it's 2 proper cards in this demo. Steady on, girl. What is also cool, going off at a bit of a tangent again, is using your dies to actually draw through them. This is a memory box die from ages ago. So the that beehive pattern one, if you draw through it, I tend to draw through them on the reverse, so that it's nice and flat on my card, like so. So I draw through them. So this could be, and I'm using the Sakura Cosmos Moonlight pens. these. I think I've got a set of these left in my website, but they show up beautifully on black card. I blame Lou Sims for this obsession with black card and these. So this could be a different type of swatch that you're doing. I've only done one so far, but you can see that would be really effective. Or you could doodle in it. I was going to doodle in this, but then my pen started misbehaving. So probably on white card, I'd doodle with a micron pen. Then this heart flower, clover frame that we're dealing with here. If you ink through this one, where is it? It is. And again, I've done it flat like that, and I've just used 3 greens from the Cosmos set. And so you've got little tiny clovers, because they're never going to be full, because you've got the width of the die that you're drawing through. I mean, alternatively, you could actually die cut, and you could actually draw through the die cut. So if I want to put the positive side on here, it doesn't really work, because it's not 100% symmetrical. So what works is if you want to put the reverse on top, and it will fit, and you can see. Can you just about see the colour through that? Obviously you could write in the centre there, or I mean I could just bring in that, and that could sit on there in the middle if I wanted to. There's lots of scope, but I really like to do that because I just think it's a really effective thing to do. I mean, I started doing it a while ago, like I say, with Memory Box. And that's an All and Create stencil that I've done there with the little Leonie stamp that she gave me. And there's another Memory Box one as well. So it's a nice little thing to do. I think sometimes we forget about our little journals and what we can do in them. Anyhow, that's a tangent. I like a bit of tangent. So like I say, you've got 2 dies in this set here. And I've just taken one of my backgrounds and cut it. So I've got a bonus heart here that I can use or not use, whichever I want. I'm not going to use it in this one because we're going to change what is in the middle. We're not going to use a heart, but I'm just going to glue that in place. So this is a Distress Oxide background, and there is a short video on my YouTube channel on how to do that. Late as usual, Teresa. What are you like? I did put a video onto my YouTube channel earlier on today, just with a very quick technique using the Sentimentally Flawless Media Radiant Luster powders. It's only, I think it's 11 minutes long, so it's not a really long video, but it just gives you another technique that you can use. And don't forget, you can use all those kind of techniques with these. You could actually, what would be really nice is if you cut this out of, say, pure white card, this die, and then went over the top with perfect medium, and then you could add your luster pigments on top to give the die cut some colour. Just dust it over with a soft brush, and that would be a really lovely thing to do. This would also look fantastic, again, with perfect medium over, and then if you add some of your embossing powders to it, that would be fabulous. Also, if you paint it with some of the metallic acrylic paints, that would be rather beautiful too. So there's lots that you can do with your die cuts. Don't think of them just as being just straight die cuts, although I do tend to begin with, until I know what I'm doing with them and know the potential of them. And it's only really talking through them that I think, oh yeah, I could do that and I could do that, by which time it's too late. So just talking you through while I'm just doing the boring bit. Pick it up again, get rid of all that glue. And tweezers. Pop that on here, and it is, you don't have to guess as to which side's which. It does fit nicely within it, you know, because sometimes there's dies and then you think, oh, which is the top, which is the bottom, but it does fit quite nicely as is. You will put this on the front with a little bit of 1mm tape as well, I think. I do need a new one by the looks of it. Just a little bit of dimension, not a lot, just a little. Let's find another one. Using the 1mm woodwear foam tape. It's proving a little bit hard to get hold of woodwear foam tape at the moment. I'm hoping that they get more stock soon. Can't run out of foam tape or glue. There is a problem with the Sentimentally Yours large pots. They can't get any more large pots at the moment, so that's going to be in short supply until the pots are available again. Yeah, June, getting rid of the excess does mean that you don't get too much bleed, and it also binds it a bit quicker as well. I've got a dirty mark there, that's going to bug me. That's all right, because it's going to get covered up anyway. Right, so we're on a little card blank here. I will tell you how big it is in a minute, so you've got some idea of what we're dealing with. So my card blank is 4 3/4 inches square. So quite a dinky one. It could be smaller, it doesn't have to be that big. So like I said to you, we've got a heart in there. I might not want to use hearts, so we're using the floral loops, and the floral loops is this one. So you get 3 designs, and then you get that outer die as well. And I mean, if you wanted to use it as is, this is the one that I think is Magnolia or Cherry Blossom. You could just pop that on there, and that would be fine. That would work, no problem. If you're not into paper piecing or you're not into doing anything special, that would absolutely work. But we're going to do a bit of paper piecing. So using the same background that I've got there, I've got the daffodil one. And then so the daffodil one's going to go there. And once again, if you didn't want a paper piece, that would look really lovely as it is, because it's cut from the same colour card. Absolutely beautiful. But we're going to glue that down, and we're going to do some paper piecing. I was going to do paper piecing on the telly, but the telly, paper piecing is a little bit boring to watch. It's like gluing. It's very difficult, actually. When you've got dies that do all the work for you, it's very difficult to demonstrate them on the TV, because, you know, it's just a case of sticking, really. And if you want to do something like paper piecing, it's just not interesting enough, but it's a really effective thing to see once it's done, if that makes sense. So I find it a little bit frustrating that but I know that I wouldn't really get away with it. I cut everything, but I'm so concerned that we just have an hour, and there's no way I'm going to get through. I just can't show you all 20 dies. I mean, I've got 4 or 5 demos prepped, but how many we get done, I don't know, because obviously we've got to show you what's on the show as well, haven't we? So a little bit of a nightmare, but we'll see. Right, so I don't want to dip that in the glue. Let's get rid of the glue here first, and then dab that off. Pick that up, and then pop that in the centre. We're not going to paper piece it all, we're just going to paper piece the leaves and the flowers. Hopefully that's straight. Give it a good old press. Just remember, when you're turning over and you're pressing, don't run your fingers around the very edge of a die, because sometimes the card can be quite, it can give you a paper cut basically, and they hurt, so just be careful. Right, it's in my Mama Makes book from lovely Lottie. Don't need glue now because I've done all my gluing. These are all the ones I haven't used. There's loads I haven't used. Where are we? Even haven't used that one yet. Here we go. So this has got double-sided adhesive on the back, and the reason why I haven't popped all that out is just in case I haven't popped it all out full stop. This is like a bonus because obviously this is cut out of double-sided adhesive on the back, so it's like a Brucey bonus because I can use that for another card. So let's get some of this paper piecing done. And can you see what I've done? I've tried to arrange the bits and pieces on my. This is like it's like the backing of adhesive. It's nice and shiny, so it means that your double-sided adhesive pieces will stick to it, or your sticky pieces will stick to it, but they're easy to lift off. And I've arranged them in the same sort of orientation. Hi Angie, same orientation as I've got a piece on behind there, haven't I? Same orientation as what they were, as what they were on the actual image itself. So I know where to go basically. So we know that this is the top of this trumpet. That's going to go in there. Let's put it down for a minute. And then this big piece is going to go in here. And we've got this tiny little piece. These are the basic pieces that kind of pop off sometimes. Yep. It's going to go in here. These tweezers from Sentimentally Yours are kind of essential when you're doing things like this. That's going to go there, like so. And it's fine if you see a little bit of black. It's a bit like stained glass window kind of technique. That's another technique that you could do. So you could actually put the design onto a piece of acetate, and you can colour from behind with the colourful crystal tints. But what you want to do is you want to put one of these designs on the front and one of them on the back. So there is the one on the back creates a well for the crystal tints to sit into, if that makes any sense at all. So that's that daffodil. I think I probably need those two as well, but I'm not sure. But so we'll see in a minute. There's nothing worse than throwing your bits away and then realising that you need it. And you've got to cut it all over again because you've lost one bit. And that's the trumpet there. And this is what I've used this is Summer Citrine, the yellow, and then the green there is Zingy Chartreuse, all from Sentimentally Yours. This is going to go in here, like so, and then that one comes in here. Can you imagine me doing this on the telly? See, it's not a big piece, but I just feel, you know, you feel like pressure of time and whatever. That's there. What are those bits there? So I wonder whether those are green or not. I think those should be green, so they'll come out of that one. Right, so this is going in here. Okay, June, thank you for joining me. Hope this isn't too boring for you. And then we're going for this one, like so. And then this is here. Can you imagine if I hadn't put these in the right order, in the right sort of orientation here, I'd be thinking, now where does that one go? Where does that one go? So it's definitely worthwhile doing this. Unless, of course, if you're doing it straight away, there's no need to do it. obviously I wasn't. Let's go in like so. And if you don't want to do double-sided adhesive, again, you don't have to. You can just put glue in all the areas. So do it, perhaps put glue in one flower head at a time. So I think that's all the yellow we need. I don't think we need those two because I think we need it from here. So let's pull in our green stems. And our leaves. So I don't think that, I think that's seeing in between, isn't it? That's not one. That's going there. I think they're reading the water meter outside. I think that's what I can hear. And then we've got these pieces here. So it really kind of comes to life when you paper piece these back in. You could of course just put it onto white card and colour in and cut these two dies together, so the outer die and the one next to it. If you cut them together, then you could then just put a thin black frame around it. You're nearly there. This one's going at the top. This one's going in here. And this one's going in here, like so. Then I think, I can't make my mind up as to whether these should be green or whether I should just leave them, because I don't think that needs to be green. Very difficult to decide. I think I'm going to do them green if I've got all three pieces, and I have. I can always, like I say, I can always fetch them out, but I probably can't. Ugh. Fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. That's that one. Come here. That one. And the next one is here. And one more, and then we've done that. You could, of course, cut it, all your adhesive you could cut out of white card and just colour in the sections that you need. So there's lots of different ways you can do it. You don't have to do it in different colour card. I find this easier myself. Right, we're calling that a day now. So this is just going to go onto a bit of tape. No, they're not, are they? I think I find it really relaxing, actually. You're lucky I've been speaking to you, because I go very quiet normally. It's just like colouring in. You kind of lose yourself when you're doing it. So just fetch this off the back. And pop this in the middle, like so. There we go. So there we go, there's our second card. So we've got a shaped card and we've got a little 4 1/4 inch card. That could easily be did I do 4 3/4, wasn't it? Yeah, 4 3/4. So it could be a little bit smaller than that. And this one is 5 inches wide. So those are they. Hope you've enjoyed that. So like I say, the Tutti Designs are available on my website at the moment. I've got all the dies that we've used within this demo available at the moment in stock for immediate dispatch to UK addresses. You can also find them on the Tutti Designs website for shipping worldwide, and they will be on Create and Craft tomorrow at 3 PM. So thanks very much for joining me, and I'll see you on the telly box. Bye.